Welcome back, everybody, and today what we're doing is we're looking at my noodle bucket. A couple of weeks ago I posted a video about making some noodles for drop lines, kind of like trot lines, but they just float down the river. I'd go into a local hardware store and just picked up a bucket. Just had one of these regular lids on it, and for Father's Day, my grandkids picked me out the top of a bucket. And they didn't even know that I was working on a noodle bucket. And it was like, well, maybe Papa will like something like this. I was like, well, holy crap, this is just what I need. This is outstanding. So I was like, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rig up one side of this for doing like trot lines and jug lines, noodles. And the other side, I'm going to have miscellaneous fishing supplies, like some small, maybe some hooks for perch, maybe some weights for perch, stuff like that, and a couple of compartments I'm just going to dedicate to like perch fishing. So if I go out on a camping trip and I have this, then it's like backup fishing supplies for my main tackle box. But anyway, look at this. What I've got here are some snaps with a built-on swivel. These are kind of small. What are these? I think these are a 7. I don't remember exactly, but they're like bare minimum that I would use for catfishing, for putting out. They're like, I need to get some a little bit bigger. I've got a swivel. I've just got one swivel in right there, a couple of weights, and I've got some bigger swivels that I haven't taken apart yet. And I've got some 1/0 hooks, Eagle Claw 1/0 hooks that I can bait up the lines with. And I've just started working on this. All right, now get this. This comes out. See that? That comes out. We've got a compartment underneath there for where I can keep my leader making material or some extra line, leaders, stuff like that in here. And what I've got here is some 30-pound nylon wire, some number 3 sleeves, and a crimping tool. And I'm probably going to get me another crimping tool, one to keep in here full time, and one to keep in my other tackle box full time. Probably going to get a small multi-tool and put in here. On this other side, just a couple of weights over here. I'm still getting all this kind of thought out and planned out. And right here I've got a homemade leader that I made up out of that 30-pound line. I've got the swivel, snap swivel with the clasp on it, where you tie it to the fishing line or to your fishing pole or to a, say, jug line. Then I've got where you attach a weight over here, and with these interlocking snaps I can change out the weight or I can change out the hook, whatever I want to do. And like, let's say that I was going to, this is for fishing off the bank. Like, let's say that I was going to be fishing off the bank. This is what I would use. If I was making up some of these for noodles or jug lines, then I would leave the weight off, because the weight is probably going to be on the drop line anyway, the jug line anyway, so you may not need another weight. But anyway, I'll make up a bunch of these, store them in there. Now let's take a look at the inside. There we go. Now where's that? I'm working, here's a noodle right here. I've kind of redesigned this. Let's get this kind of pulled out and I'll show y'all. What we have here is a leader that I just made up just a couple of minutes ago. It's got a swivel here on the end, the loop back through, then crimped. The snap for attaching the hook, and then loop back through the barrel and crimped. And what we can do is thread this through there so that it stays on the line. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Forget, we're on a boat, we're ready to drop this line out. We've got our weight, 2-ounce weight attached to the bottom of the line. We've got a loop right here. You could thread that through there. And there we go. Undo that, put your hook on there, loop it back, it's ready, baited up, ready to be thrown overboard. Thread your noodle down to the next swivel. I put these every 8 feet, and you're ready to attach another line with a hook. Throw it overboard, let it sit overnight or for a few hours, go back, pick it up. And that's what my plans are. Or even just leave it on there. I'm probably just going to spool this up and see how well it works without the hook. Then just put the hook on right before I'm ready to drop it off overboard. With this, I can keep at least 13 noodles in here. I've got 13 in there right now. And then I could lay a couple crossways. Whenever I measured the leader for the line, I measured it to the length of the bucket. It's like 13 inches or so, and cut it off. Whenever we go out on the river, and I'm dropping off these lines, I want everything that I possibly need right here. Got some 1 ounce and 2 ounce weights for the end of the jug lines, swivels, snap rings, hooks, and in the bottom I'm going to be storing some line, some homemade leader material, crimping tools, and barrels. Everything that I need. Alright guys and gals, that's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later.